fucking worked there, made good money there, and fucking know tons of people that go to them. But it's just like, don't be surprised when some shit happens. Whenever you allow all that shit into your town, yeah, there's gonna be some consequences with your actions for sure. But
And I feel like that's what made Cliff and San Leon so hood is we did have pawn shops and game rooms and liquor stores on every corner. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
It was like it was their way of trapping us there, keeping us there. They didn't want us to come out of there. And so if you made it out of your hometown and that there was ways to keep you there and then everybody you fuck with stayed and you made it out, man, fucking
Yeah.
kudos.
Man, look, I think, I feel like Bay Cliff ain't that bad as everybody lets on, but
It ain't that good.
no, for sure. But I think mainly what you pin the tail on the fucking donkey or whatever the fuck. I don't know what I was just trying to say right there. That shit didn't make no sense. But leaving your hometown, bro, that's pretty much for everybody. Where you're going to do the worst at is your hometown.
Yeah.
Sadly, your friends are gonna. I mean, random people are gonna support you more than your friends are. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth.
Bro, I just seen this thing saying a client will become your friend before one of your friends will become your client.
100% fact.
And that is so fucking amazing. I've met so many people through Coastal Savage, and people just hitting up our Facebooks, like, hey man, we just seen your stuff in Beaumont, or I'm up here and Tyler, I seen your stuff, or somebody be in Florida. Oh, I just seen this in Florida.
Yeah.
And where do we get the merch? I'm like, man, just let me know what you need. I'll send it out there to you, and then we talk or whatever. And they'll like send me pictures of them wearing Coastal Savage hats in Belize or wherever the fuck they go to vacation.
Meanwhile, half the people that your friends ain't gonna support you until they think that you already made it.
Yeah.
Which is, at that point, it's like, damn, So,
yeah, I legit had, and if this comes back into my inbox, we could talk about it then. But I had a friend hit me up who was like, hey man, you want to send me 15 hats? I'm like, yeah, I can send you 15 hats. And he was like, oh yeah, just send them to me and whatever I sell, I'll send back to you. Blah, blah. I'll send you like 15 back. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, I'll like $15 on a hat. I'll send back. Blah, blah, blah. We can make some money. I'm like, bro, this ain't weed, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I send you however many hats, the price is what it is. Unless you got a storefront and that we're going to continue to do business and there's going to be some kind of like an avenue of revenue that we can make steady, then that's whenever we start talking about, wholesale prices. But you getting a few hats and thinking you're going to make $5 a piece on them and that we're just going to, split it down the middle off my name and off the work that I've put in and, my boy Cooper, taking over the whole local scene where we grew up at. And, like, this shit has been pushed all the way across as far as the farthest I know is like Belize. Like I've had people all over our country, the U.S., sending me pictures. Oh man, this is here, this is here, this is there. And that's from what I've pushed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What we're trying to get going, and you think you making $5 a hat off me just because we're homeboys? No, man. I mean, if you got a business you want to pro, I will help you push your shit.
It's like, damn, I'm still trying, you're still trying to build something. You can't build something when you're taking, a loss of because $5 a hat, you're damn near probably not even making $5 a hat.
Exactly.
So you give $5 a hat to somebody, then you're fucking, taking a loss for them to sell 20 hats or whatever the fuck,
Yeah,
what I mean?
and you can't even buy with what you made off.
Yeah, and then cool, you got a couple more customers, but you don't even have the money to re-up on supplies.
Yeah, and like whatever you made off of that, you can't even get a tank of gas on.
Yeah,
now. You know what I mean? It's like it's not worth it.
It's just weird because your people are supposed to look out for you. They're supposed to be trying to promote that just off the strength of, this is my homeboy, this is what he got going on. Then whenever you got something going on, you're supposed to be able to reach out and say, hey, remember I got all them people to fucking hit up Coastal Savage, plug me in the other way, you know what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to work, but it don't always work that way.
And like what we were talking about on, I think it was episode 1, I want to get to a point where I'm not pushing product. You know what I mean? Like I'd much rather not have to push merch and just push my brand. You know, and if I can get a couple brand ambassadors that do want to push merch, holler at me.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother deal too. You know, branching out and like, yeah, fucking, you want to sell some hats? Fuck that. We can do a whole different deal, and you could be a part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But you got to put some of that work in on the back end too. Like, you know, just thinking about shit. How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna get the money to do this? There's a lot of shit that goes into it.
How to get the product that we're getting at a cheaper price? Can we make it here better? Can we actually get the equipment and do this? I mean. Yeah, you bring something to the table, I'm more than welcome to put you out a mat. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
We'll put a plate right here in front of you. But, I mean, handouts didn't come to me. You know, so, like, anybody willing to go that extra mile, I'll meet you there. You know what I mean? I don't mind.
Right. That's how it should be, man. But, you know, a lot of people don't have the same mindset. And that's cool, though. You know, it takes everybody, man.
Yeah.
It takes all kinds to make the world go round, but...
Yeah, so, like, I just started that mentor program through my local. And one of the guys that asked to be on the board, he was like, hey, man, you know, what are we looking at? Like, you know, what else is this mentor program going to be? Like, how are we going to approach it? I was like, man, if you got an input, and you're a board member, if you got an input, I'm willing to listen. You know, I'm not just taking everything off the table. I want to know what everybody thinks. I was like, man, I got this going. I got the podcast. I got Coach Savage. He was like, oh, you're Coach Savage? Because everybody in the local got a Coach Savage sticker or hats. I was like, yeah, that's me and my partner shit. And he was like, oh, man, that's badass. Like, yeah, I got the podcast. You know, I do this, I do that. He's like, man, you got a lot of shit going on. Like, this is how that I remain sane. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All this different stuff, everything that me and you got going. This stuff's really putting me in a good place in mental health.
Oh, yeah, you got to keep your mind busy or you're going to sit there and think about the bullshit.
That's right.
And that's one thing I learned about life is the little shit, it really don't matter. And you can let it matter, though, real easy if you fucking sit there and dwell on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Which, I mean, I've struggled with a lot of times, you know, but I realize that that's a bad thing, and I'm trying to get past that. And I have to an extent, you know?
Yeah.
But mostly, like you say, is because we're staying busy. We're doing something. Even, you know, things ain't always just great, but there's the potential for something to be great. And if you work hard towards it, eventually you'll get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you ain't going to get it if you don't.
Yeah.
If you don't move, you don't try to push towards it. I mean, it ain't going to land in your lap. You know what I mean? It ain't just going to show up and knock on your door. This isn't something that you got to push for. And that's why we're taking this